Warning, this video may contain content that may not be suitable for children or anyone else that is easily offended. Strong language, graphic content, nudity, bad jokes, and a possible idiot, aka myself, may be featured in the following clip. Viewer discretion is advised. Channel is not responsible for any damages that you receive watching this video. Hey, what's up, y'all? It's Zems, and welcome back to another reaction video. Today we're gonna react to the 10 worst blimp accidents in history. This video is by They Will Kill You, so if you guys haven't already, be sure you super down the description box, click on the link and watch the video in entirety, because I want to be positive, stop with it, talking, oh, dang. If you guys are new to the channel, my name is Reprisalzems, and welcome to the crow's nest. But man, I remember seeing blimps all the time when I was born in Los Angeles, man. Seeing them flying around all the time. But now that I think about it, I haven't seen a blimp in a long time. Maybe they were too faulty and whatnot, and it caused them the accidents, so they just got rid of them in general. Or if you guys still see blimps to this day, let me know down in the comment section. Now you just see like airplanes sometimes fly with a little sign. Even then, those are pretty rare themselves. But yeah, but for now, let's get it. Also, happy holidays. Hopefully everybody's healthy and doing all right.
Number 10. Goodyear blimp crash, 2011. In 2011, the pilot of a Goodyear blimp lost his life following a crash in Germany. A fire broke out as 53-year-old Michael Noranzik was preparing to land at the Reprisalzems aerodrome near Friedberg. In an act of selfless heroism, the Australian pilot remained behind the controls in order to save the blimp's passengers and protect the ground crew. He brought the helium-filled airship within roughly 6 feet of the ground and told its 3 passengers, all journalists, to jump out. They did so and escaped with their lives. However, the sudden shift in weight caused the blimp to ascend rapidly. Noranzik knew this would happen but kept piloting and even managed to steer the burning aircraft from the ground crew. The blimp soared, then burst into flames before crashing to the ground. In the aftermath of his passing, Noranzik was widely commended for his actions.
Damn, bro, Noranzik is a beast, bro. Who do you know can land a blimp, let it glide 6 feet, tell them to jump out, but the weight shifted? Is it that light that 2 people or how many jump out and just shoot back in the air like that? Rest in peace to him, but I don't know, I wasn't there, but I would have thought like maybe he could have like dived it down like low enough and then everybody tried to jump out at the same time. Maybe he would have broke a leg or something, but maybe he tried to steer it away from everybody else and it blew up or something. But man, that's crazy, bro.
Number 9. Blimp incident in Germany.
Another one in Germany?
In May of 1994, a WDL-1B blimp was preparing to land in Gießen, Germany. The weather conditions for the landing appeared favorable as the airship was approaching the ground. A sudden gust of wind then lifted the blimp into the air once more. 10 members of the ground crew tried to stabilize the airship and keep it on the ground by holding onto ropes. The lift, however, proved too strong, and they were forced to let go. 2 of the crewmen failed to do so in time. They rose with the blimp and subsequently fell to their deaths. Number 8. Damn,
how long was they holding on the rope for? I know they was trying to hold it down, but damn. I don't know, maybe it's just kind of like panic, because at the same time, you know what? Sometimes it's just a reaction of like, oh no, I'm taking off the ground if I let go, but then they realize it's too late and they lose grip. Because it's kind of like me when I tried it, was it a dirt bike? I forgot what it was. And I pressed the gas, but at the same time, I wouldn't let go of the freaking gas. I don't know why I couldn't let go of the gas, bro. I don't know if it was just like a reaction or a fear reaction where I just couldn't let go. I wasn't hitting the brake, but my hand was not letting go in the accelerator, and that was the last time I ever got on a dirt bike. I want to try a 4-wheeler though. I'll maybe try one of those one day. But Germany is a beautiful place, bro. I've never seen a blimp over there. I was in there, Germany, around 2018, bro. It was a nice place. I'm thinking about going back to Germany, but if that don't work out, I might go to Arizona or Texas. If there's any Arizona or Texas people out there, bro, let me know how it is and tell me about some nice places or something. And I also want to go to a Comic-Con or something one day. I always want to go to E3 or E4, what it's called, the little gaming thing. I always want to go to one of those too. That's way off topic, I'm sorry.
Crash of the Uss Akron. When considering the sheer loss of life, the crash of the Uss Akron is the deadliest airship disaster to have ever occurred.
It's number 8.
The Uss Akron was one of the largest man-made objects ever flown and a record holder for helium-based airships. It was designed as the world's first flying aircraft carrier for the purpose of launching Sparrowhawk fighter planes on the morning of April the 4th of 1933. The Akron was caught in extremely powerful winds while passing over Barnegat Light, New Jersey. The crew lost control of the airship as the violent air currents ravaged its massive frame. A combination of an updraft followed almost immediately by a downdraft would end up reducing the Akron's altitude. Then at about 800 feet, a powerful gust pushed it further down. Its gondola was still hundreds of feet in the air, but its tail fin struck the water and was torn off. From that point on, the airship rapidly broke apart and crashed into the raging waters of the Atlantic. Only 3 of the 76 crew and passengers aboard survived as they were rescued by a passing German merchant ship.
3?
Number 7. Model airplane Punctures Blimp. In 1990, a man was arrested for deliberately puncturing a Goodyear blimp with a radio-controlled model airplane. 28-year-old John William Moyer was in the field in Carson, California, where model plane enthusiasts regularly gathered. As the airship passed over the vacant field, Moyer flew his Thunder Tiger around its envelope 7 or 8 times. He then guided the airplane, which had a 4-foot wingspan, directly into the blimp. The collision inflicted a large tear that caused the blimp to start deflating, forcing its pilot to make an emergency landing. Fortunately, none of the 7 people aboard were hurt. As Moyer fled the scene, witnesses recorded his license plate and then relayed the information to the authorities. He was arrested at his home where the damaged Thunder Tiger was also found. The man was jailed and held on a $5,000 bail. He was ultimately charged with 1 count each of felony vandalism, damage to an aircraft rendering it unsafe, and assault by means of force likely to produce bodily injury. The maximum sentence held by these charges was 4 years in a state prison.
Bro, what? 4 years for almost killing people and possibly more for you to... Bruh. Yeah, bruh. I don't know, bruh. This system, bro. And he did it and left the scene. It was okay if it was an accident, but you know how high blimps are, bro? He flew that into that damn blimp intentionally, bro. You just don't take a model airplane and fly it off. And then the fact that he recovered the thing and then took it home. He had the damaged Thunderbird or whatever it was at his house, which means he had enough time to secure his airplane and leave the scene, bro. 4 years on a $5,000 bond, bro. Or bail, whatever. Man, I can't, bro, when they give sentences. That's just crazy. I'm not one to go out there and ruin somebody's life, but 4 years for all, you blew up a whole ass blimp, bro. A blimp, it was, okay, maybe it flew through a store window or hit a car, okay, maybe. A blimp? Oh my God.
Number 6. 1960 New Jersey airship crash.
Damn.
N-class blimps were non-rigid airships built by Goodyear for the US Navy in the 1950s and early 1960s. These models included configurations for airborne detection and anti-submarine warfare. The ZP-G3W was actually the largest non-rigid airship ever flown. It was over 400 feet long, meaning it was larger than a football field, and 120 feet high, or about half as tall as a giant sequoia tree. It had an envelope volume capacity of 1,500,000 feet, roughly 17 times that of an Olympic swimming pool.
That's what makes no
sense. Its envelope worked as a dome for a massive antenna that was exceptionally well suited for detecting other aircraft. On July the 6th of 1960, a horrific crash off the coast of New Jersey would send the massive blimp into early retirement. At the time, the ZP-G3W was reportedly on a mission to search for a missing yacht. It crashed into the Atlantic Ocean, several miles from Barnegat Inlet. One crewman who was asleep as the blimp went down awoke to find the gondola filling with water. He grabbed a piece of jagged metal and cut his way through the envelope to reach the surface. Only 2 others of the 21 men that were aboard survived the crash.
My mans was asleep, woke up. He slept through the whole thing. He was getting a good ass nap. He slept through that thing going, I don't know about him. I probably would have woke up. It's kind of like a roller coaster. It's going down. You get that little stomach twirls upside down, spin around type feeling in your stomach. But he slept through it. He was like, oh, damn. Let me just grab this metal piece and cut my way out and wait for help.
Demood crash. The Demood was a Zeppelin airship, initially designed by the Imperial German Navy and designated L-72. At the end of World War I, it was given to the French Navy as part of war reparations and renamed Demood. The last message from the airship came in December of 1923 as it was flying off the coast of Sicily. The crew communicated that it would be reeling in the ship's radio antenna to keep it from being damaged in a thunderstorm. A hunter on the Sicilian shore would later report seeing a flash of lightning hit a cloud, followed by a red glare and 4 objects falling into the sea.
4?
The Demood had sustained a devastating lightning strike. The airship's 42 crewmen and 10 passengers all perished. Debris from the airship washed ashore the following day, but the French government suppressed news of the crash for several days before finally acknowledging it. The disaster was the first of the 20th century's devastating airship crashes and the second deadliest in history.
Look how long it is.
Number 4.
Pause.
Pilot.
Lightning don't have no name, bruh. When it's storming or lightning, bro, catch me in the house, bro. You ain't gonna catch me outside. I'm always in the house when it's thunder and lightning because it hits random stuff. Trees, cars, animals, people, buildings, sidewalks. They don't care, bro. Cemeteries, everything is in range, bro. It's fair game. Just stay in the house, stay away from the windows, bro. Some people have been hit by it and survived. They're super lucky. It was this one dude, I forgot name in history. He got struck like 2 or 3 times and lived.
Falls to his death. In 1995, Blimp pilot Keith Hirsch fell to his death in Hayward, California. At the time, Hirsch was giving piloting lessons to Joseph Anton, a member of the ground crew. The blimp suddenly lost power as it approached land. It floated down to the edge of the Hayward airfield and bounced off the grass a few times. Hirsch and Anton got out and tried to hold down the blimp. As it started to gain air again, Anton lost his grip, but Hirsch rose with the blimp while gripping a bar attached to the exterior of the cage. He desperately tried to get back inside until he couldn't hold on any longer. The 37-year-old pilot fell 200 feet onto the concrete runway below. He was killed instantly. The blimp rose uncontrolled to roughly 10,000 feet. A Park Service helicopter was called in, and it used the wind of its rotors to push the airship down to a remote ravine. Number 3. R-101.
What?
The R-101 was developed by the British in the early 1920s as a civil airship capable of covering long distances across the empire. The airship left the production line with engines that were twice as heavy and half as powerful. To remedy its various issues and increase lifting, the ship was lengthened by 46 feet so that another gas bag could be added. The gas bags rubbed against the framework, causing massive leakage of lifting gas. In the rush to perform a flight to India, the problem wasn't properly mended. During its maiden overseas flight in October of 1930, the R-101 crashed in France. Against expert recommendations, it had been flown full power into a storm. It hit the ground at the edge of a forest and the hydrogen immediately erupted into flames. 48 of the 54 people aboard were killed, including almost all of the designers from Royal Airship Works. The crash effectively marked the end of the British airship program. Today's topic was requested by David Burns and Will Mills. If you have any other topics you'd like to learn about, subscribe and let us know in the comments section below.
Man, bro.
Number 2.
Freaking, you have to understand, like, I be watching these and I be thinking, like, bro, the 19, 18, whatever it was, like hundreds, man, those was the test run errors, bro. Those were the trial errors, bro. Like, when this one crashed, it was like, oh, okay, let's try this one, let's add this to it. That didn't work. Okay, well, let's try making it longer and putting it up. Okay, well, that didn't work. And it just keep going and going and going. Eventually, we're just like, you know what? This is not working. We got to go to another thing or find another way of transportation or find another way of getting our message across. Or out of the 76, it was 3. Out of the 50, was it 54 or 48 or something like that? 48 died and only 7. Like, man, like, respect to these pilots or whoever flown blimps or whoever fly anything at all, bro. Respect to you. Like, I can't do it, bro. I have to stand 10 toes down of where I'm at. I have to stay on land, bro. Like, I always want to go on a cruise, but even then, I second guess that. Like, I have to be somewhere where I have at least a fighting chance at life. But even on ground, you're not even safe, man. I'm like SpongeBob when he had the little napkin, the potato chip, and the coin, bro. That's me. Freaking, I don't care if I'm outside getting beat up by a gorilla like Patrick and them was, but nah. Oh man, and the fact that this is only number 2, bro. The moral story is stay out of blimps in New Jersey, California, and Germany. Stay out of those blimps, bro.
Crashes of 1944. At the time of World War II in 1944, the US Navy lost a number of K-class blimps. These non-rigid airships had twin air-cooled engines mounted on each side of a control car that hung underneath the envelope. Built before and during the war, they were tasked with air patrol and used extensively in anti-submarine operations.
Like drones.
The Goodyear-built airships basically hunted down enemy submarines and destroyed them by dropping depth charges. Their service in the later stages of the war was marked by disaster. On July the 2nd, a blimp crashed off the coast of Maine. 6 of its 10 crewmen perished in what was either a piloting error or machine gun fire from a German submarine. The surviving crewmen, which had clung to the wreck's fins for hours before being rescued, were ordered not to disclose any details regarding the crash. Witnesses, however, reported hearing explosions and gunfire prior to the crash. The blimp's salvage gondola and envelope presented evidence of gunfire. That same month, another blimp went down in the Caribbean, presumably due to engine failure, killing one of its crewmen. The fall of 1944 was marked by 2 more K-class blimp crashes. The first occurred in October on California's Catalina Island, and the second in early November off the coast of Georgia. The combined death toll of these incidents was 9 crewmen.
Before we move on, official They Will Kill You merchandise is now available at theywillkillyou.com. It's out of this world.
The shirt, that's kind of dope. I like that design.
Number 1. Hindenburg crash. The LZ-129 Hindenburg was not only the longest class of aircraft ever flown, but also, by envelope volume, the largest airship in history. The 800-foot Hindenburg was a rigid airship, meaning that the shape of its envelope was maintained by framework and not by pressure alone. It was the pearl of the Zeppelin company, meant to usher in a new era of air travel, with Nazi Germany at the forefront.
Yo, any engineers or whoever it is, break this down to me Barney style down in the comment section. I don't know what that means. Framework and not pressured. I don't understand that. I'm not gonna sit here and like, oh no, but oh my god, I don't know. I don't understand what they're talking about.
The massive airship would instead become synonymous with disaster and mark the abrupt end of airship travel. On May the 3rd of 1937, the Hindenburg left Frankfurt and embarked on a transatlantic flight for New Jersey with 97 people aboard. When it arrived on May the 6th, a violent blaze erupted on the airship as it was attempting to dock with its mooring mast at Naval Air Station Lakehurst. The fire expanded rapidly and consumed the Hindenburg along with several of its crew and passengers. It burst through the airship's nose as it crashed to the ground in a gigantic fireball. 35 lives were lost in what would become the most notorious airship disaster in history. Various hypotheses have been put forward as to what had ignited the ship's hydrogen core. The most prominent include a static spark, sabotage, or a lightning strike. Thanks for watching.
Oh, that's an ugly ass fish. Oh my god, that thing ugly. I look like that too. Oh my god. I forgot what we was reacting to. Look at that. Well, anyway, bruh, I think that was the actual video too of that Hindenburg actually falling down. It kind of looked familiar to me, but I'm pretty sure that was the original video. This was different for me. I did not know that much about blimps, so this was a good wake-up video for me to see how much blimps went through. This is only probably like not even scratching the surface. It's probably more back then. If you guys want to go and dig up and do some research on your own on Google or wherever it is you may be use to get that. But I don't do it, man. Like I don't even like taking airplanes. I just do it because I have to, especially in the military. You got to get around somehow. So that's the only reason why. But other than that, I don't frequent airplanes like that. If I was to choose an airplane company, bro, I would choose Delta. I think Delta was like I felt the most safe with Delta, but that's just me. I don't know. I'm not like a flying person, but out of the airplanes I've used being in the military, bro, Delta. If you guys have any more additional information that you would like to tell me or share amongst each other, feel free down in the comment section. This video was by They Will Kill You, so you guys haven't already, be sure you swoop down in the description box, click on the link and watch the video in entirety, because I was pausing and stopping and talking through the whole thing. If you guys are new to the channel, my name is Reprisalzems, and welcome to the Crow's Nest. But again, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time, man. Keep doing what you guys are doing, man. Hit the subscribe button, hit that like button, man. 4,100 is right around the corner.